Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, coming to you today from my Lynn Daniel channel here on YouTube. Thank you all for joining and for watching. Hey, look, I'm just checking in today, and I really just want to say something about along the lines of encouraging you if you are on a doctoral journey, okay? Now, before I do that, before I discuss encouragement on the doctoral journey, I am going to encourage you to go back and view my interviews on my interview series. I have so many great interviews with professors, full professors at universities, psychologists, ministers, just PhDs, folks all over the place, right? My friend, high school friend who is an artist in New York, did a beautiful piece of work a few weeks ago, so on social justice. So please go back and check out those videos. I think you will enjoy them. So today I just want to say a few things. First, I'm filming from my office, which I don't do a lot because the lighting up here can be difficult. And so please bear with me. I hope the lighting is okay. And my setup is a little shaky, temporary, so hopefully that's good and it's going to stay in place. Okay, so now those of you who are considering a PhD, look, the PhD process, the journey is intensely rigorous. It is intensely rigorous. I don't care how scholarly you have been in other academic pursuits. The PhD is a beast all into itself, okay? And so just be ready for that. And also, the workload is a lot. It's overwhelming. The reading is overwhelming. There's never enough done, and there's never enough reading being done. And what I'm learning now through my relationships with associate professors or professors at different levels in the universities, I'm learning now about the approaches to managing your reading, managing your documentation of your reading, and of capturing quotes. And all of these new ways are high-tech ways, because the ways that I use, the ways that I learned, and the ways that I use, were old school paper and pencil ways. So when I first started my PhD in 2013, and then after I finished all my coursework and I became a candidate in 2016, I did, like, I found a mentor who had done his PhD, but all his methods were old school paper and pencil methods. And so those are the methods that I adopted. And so now I'm learning about all these high-tech apps that you can use to help you formulate your lit review, pull your quotes, and store your quotes, and digitally on documents where you have your quotes and you have the source and you have your summary or analysis of the quote. Well, those things I was doing on paper. I just call it read, mark, and annotate. But those things have real names, you know. So yeah, I will encourage you to just be aware of the obligations of intensive reading, intensive writing, and then the ideas around the study, like what is it that you want to study, and what method do you want to conduct the study in as. And so there's still so much that I just don't know, because what my experience has been is, now that I'm on the other side of the PhD, I am learning more about the process through instructors, professors who teach the methods. So when you're going through it, it would be nice to know the ins and outs. But I didn't have that advantage. So I'm telling you, that get yourself an accountability partner. If you're able to buddy up with people in your program, buddy up with the people in your program and really go through the process of the actual dissertation with a mindset of helping each other, like of asking your questions to each other. Now, I know it's going to feel like the blind leading the blind, and I'm giving you advice that I did not take. I had writing partners that we wrote articles for publication, manuscripts to be submitted to referee journals, jury journals, and we did get some accepted for publication, but I did not ask them to help me. I did not want to impose upon them. I did not ask them for advice on, I asked them for maybe articles, but I did not ask them process questions. And you know, that's my weakness. I do not ask for help unless I feel like I have exhausted all means of figuring it out on my own. And then when I ask for help, I'm only going to ask people who I trust will help me. So that's because my experience has been that people don't want to help me. And people don't want to help me because I don't reciprocate, I think. You know, this is my woundedness, but I'm becoming more aware of it. So in my woundedness, I self-protect and I don't trust and I don't ask for help because I don't want people thinking that they can then harm me or make me do something I don't want to do. That's just me confessing my point of view on that. But I see the value in asking for help. And so I'm working on asking for help on this side of things. But it's important to ask the right people for help. People that you trust, people who are positioned to offer the remedies that you look for. And then to position yourself to help yourself, to take the information given and then help yourself with it. One thing that I think would have helped me a lot better in the process is if we had more documents to use for feedback. If we had standardized feedback forms or a standardized approach on our digital platforms or something that was more interactive and engaging and on a regular basis. Because what I had a lot of long lags, months and years of silence and of little communication to no communication. And in that time, I was just doing what I thought was right, reading or making the revisions that I thought were right. And I think the problem now that I'm on this side and I've talked to folks in their programs and professors, and I see that programs vary and they use different approaches for feedback. And a lot of programs do have standardized methods, whether it's on the digital platform or on some document. They have methods to give feedback to the candidate, the doctoral candidate, about the work, the piece that they're working on, the dissertation chapter, or whatever it is that they need fixing. Not just an email saying this. And then, but again, that's what I think on this side of the journey. And talking to other doctorates who have completed their dissertation, they have defended, they did attend an online program similar to how I attended an online program, but they did have standardized forms that they used. Some of those students, some of those doctors said they found the forms confusing, that they found that they needed the forms explained, or they needed the feedback explained, or they needed the directives to be clarified to them. So a lot of it, I think, has to do with the journey itself. you're just in unknown territory, and you just have to see yourself as a Lewis and Clark, as someone going out there, even though there is previous work. So you're not totally alone. There's previous literature, studies have been done similar on a similar topic or similar to your topic, and you're using those as guideposts to direct you. And so that's good. But then you're still out in front of that because you're looking at some area of your study or of your topic that has not been fully explored in the way that you're exploring it. And just know that you're being a pioneer. So on some of it, you are going to feel alone. And so, on this side, I defended a year and a day ago. So last year, October 29th, I successfully defended my PhD, my doctoral dissertation, and I was granted the PhD. I graduated in December of last year, so and then I went directly into what I call a postdoctoral opportunity. It was just a way for me to drill down on an area of special reading or reading specialty, since that is I love reading. I'm a reading specialist. That's one of my certifications. And so I went directly into a dyslexia study. And so I did that for about 6 months. And I really liked it. I was a little burnt out though at the end of it. That's why I didn't pursue the next level and the different things that I could have done, because I was feeling the burn. And so I achieved the one certification. It's up there, Certificate of Completion, Level 1 coursework in dyslexia. Yeah, and so then, and what else? I've been turning my dissertation into articles and doing some things with that. So, the doctoral process is a crazy beast. And the dissertation itself is a beast of the beast. It's horrible. It's a horrible process. It's a horrible process in that it's emotionally draining, and it feels like a whirlwind of information, overwhelm, overload, like constant ingesting of information and then trying to get it out in some form that makes sense. And it's just overwhelming. That's the reality. But I'm getting ready to say something about lifestyle, that because your lifestyle is going to either support your completion of the doctorate or is going to impede it. So my lifestyle, I'm just a single person focus now. So my husband has long been gone, rest in peace. My children are adults and with their families. And so my focus is me now, which was easier for me. I can't imagine me doing this, having my daughters when they were little. No, I couldn't. It's just too crazy. But even still, even though it was just a me focus and it was just me to care for, the difficulties and the challenges, again, they were surrounding, I think, the engagement, interaction, that is important when you're in the dissertation process, and the structure and supports provided for students in online programs. I just think, I don't know what the university has done to update, but I really think they should. If they haven't, they need to look at what other online universities programs are doing and adopt some of those approaches, some of those structures. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. All right, so if you're considering the PhD, buddy system might help you. Like if you and a family member or colleague, if you all sign up together so you all can go back to back and protect each other on things. Um, Joining groups online on Facebook. There are lots of PhD groups on Facebook. See, I learned about those kind of late. My group, my cohort started our own group, but it really wasn't focused on helping each other academically. It was more on the emotional side, support side. And my group that I have on Facebook, the Doctoral Aftercare and Healing Group, is for doctorates. I mean, you can be a doctoral candidate or a doctoral student and join us, but it's really for what do you do afterwards to heal and to get yourself back, because you ain't gonna get your full self back like you used to be. You're gonna be a new person, but to restore your balance and your sanity and control of your time and control of your emotions. So if you're interested, you can join us, the Doctoral Aftercare and Healing Group on Facebook. But there are also other groups over there on Facebook that are phenomenal. And they can, like the Qualitative Research and Education group. I belong to them, that group. That is a teaching group, and it's excellent support. So you're going to get guidance over there for real applicable things to do with your study, with your dissertation, approaches, all of it. Mindsets, perspective, lenses, frameworks, all of it. So the Qualitative Research and Education group, I highly recommend them. So join a group, get a partner, buddy up, get you a mentor who is a professor who is going to help you through the process. And the process changes. Like my program was 7 years. My program was 5 years. It took me 6 years, almost 7 years to finish. But so much change over that course of time. And so, if you are going to get a mentor, just make sure your mentor is up to date on things. All right. I've been talking for 17 minutes. That's a long time. I hope you watched the whole video. If you did watch the video, in the comments, put love the video, love the video. All right. Thank you all for coming by. Be blessed. Bye now.